Hello everyone and welcome now to game 1 in a series, game 1 taking place here on Nomad Isle. It is going to be Happy versus Sonik. Sonik has spawned as the red undead over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, slightly southwest of him we have Sonik spawning as the yellow night elf. This is going to be night elf versus undead in this 1v1 matchup. And we'll see how everything does unfold here. This was taken from MooCup 75. I do believe this is the finals of that particular cup, as we are looking at an Ancient of War creep over here at, I believe, a 531 creep camp. 531 creep camp means most of the time that you will not get to level 2. Well, all of the time. You will not get to level 2 unless you have cleared out some additional creeps or killed some opposing units first. Now, Nomad Isle is a rather strange map where there's only 3 starting locations. Most WarCraft 3 maps either have 2 starting locations or 4 most of the time. What this allows, though, is that it allows both players to scout out their opponent and then immediately know where their opponent is. The downside, though, is you may not necessarily see any sort of secret tech or scouting information, but in WarCraft 3 it is not the same as it is in StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2, your buildings and your tech does tend to favor or allow you to open up with very, very specific builds, high damage early on. In WarCraft 3, though, you generally do not take a lot of damage early on, as we do see a ghoul now going after that wisp there. A little bit of damage done, but that ghoul will be heading down to the south. Ancient of War is off over here. Null Overseer is going to be shooting or attacking this Ancient of War as a ghoul does come over. The ghoul could try and get some damage onto that archer. Instead, he decides to back off instead and now come back to re-engage, as we do see some repairs onto this Ancient of War. Now, the problem right now is that Ancient of War is taking far too much damage than you would normally expect, as the Demon Hunter now tries to make its way over. The ghoul is trying to position itself in just the right way to try and cause some problems, and it is delaying the overall creeping for that Demon Hunter. Ring of Protection +2 has been dropped. Death Knight off to the north here. It does look like he has, no death coil viewable, as we saw that wisp detonate right there. What is Happy's follow-up strategy going to be? He doesn't have any experience on the board right now, but he should be teching to tier 2 momentarily as soon as he gets enough lumber. Let's look at this. Does he have enough? I do believe so. He should be trying to get to tier 2 in just a second. Meanwhile, Death Knight going after a relatively difficult creep camp here, that Vile Temptress 622 creep camp, and the Null Wardens, however, not purging onto those skeletal minions, which will definitely help. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is trying to test the waters here. You can see one Nerubian tower doing a little bit of damage there, as the ghouls are finishing off the remaining Null Poachers. Demon Hunter is looking for where exactly that Death Knight could be. Death Knight is off over here, trying to go after a Vile Temptress. Very high damage indeed, as we do see a mana burn go off there. Demon Hunter sitting at level 1, unable to get to level 2, unable to finish off any of these skeletal minions, as the Vile Temptress is going to be the one doing a bit of damage back and forth. Alright, this skeletal minion can just run around every which way, and Happy is just buying himself time, as the Death Knight is still just around the corner and may be able to finish off this Vile Temptress here. Alright, ghouls are in position. You see the Vile Temptress, this ghoul, low hit point ghoul now running back, another low hit point ghoul running back. Death Knight looking to finish off this one Vile Temptress. There's the Death Coil, saves the ghoul, as the ghoul takes almost lethal damage. Demon Hunter almost gets surrounded. Very strong micro early on by Happy, as Happy has to be careful with these ghouls since they do not have Unholy Aura, nor do they have a faster movement speed. Demon Hunter is still nearby, gets a mana burn off there, and with that, the Death Knight is in a little bit of trouble. May try and finish off this Vile Temptress right here, and it should give him level 2. That's going to be extremely important. Skeletal minions now making their way over. There is the level 2. Wand of Illusion needs to be picked up, and there you have it. Demon Hunter of Sonik gonna run around the corner. He's gonna quickly see that, hey, there's not much left off over here. Excuse me, that yellow indicator means that the Hawk is still in play, but the Hawk doesn't have any straight up attacks. Coming back across here, you can see the Demon Hunter now wandering around,
Players' forces are under attack.
trying to figure out where the Death Knight is alongside all of these ghouls and skeletal minions. Giant Sea Turtle absorbing a good bit of damage. Spider Crab Behemoth going to be finishing off as the Demon Hunter shows up to the party to try and cause a bit of issues. Mana burn there. Death Knight coming back across every which way. Does he know which one is the real one? Demon Hunter or Death Knight right there. There's a mana burn once again. As you see all of these units getting finished off. Demon Hunter sitting very, very close to level 3 as the units are now getting backed up here in just a moment. All right, let's take a look. That creep was finished off there. Demon Hunter down to 78, down to 52 hit points. No death coil, as we do see another mana burn get launched once more. Spider Crab Behemoth, the level 5 creep, not taken out as the Death Knight sits uncomfortably at level 2. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter uncomfortably sitting just outside of level 3 as we now see the Panda join in on the fight. Alright, we might see a bit of separation. Happy allowing himself with that Death Knight to move alongside and move with those ghouls. Very, very smart play there. Leading the army and trying to head back home without running across all of this high piercing damage. And more importantly, range damage, where a bit of focus fire could have finished off a low hit point ghoul, especially since we do not yet have level 3 on the Death Knight. Demon Hunter of Sonik once again creeping over here by the Goblin Merchant Shop. Vile Temptress gonna go down without much of an issue. Demon Hunter now sitting at level 3 with that level 2 mana burn is going to be able to melt away, importantly, all the mana from that Death Knight, but also remove much of the mana from that Lich. Alright, Demon Hunter, is he going to spot the Death Knight here? He does not spot it, or if he does, opted not to go and see what exactly was going on here, as the Demon Hunter now still looking to see what's going to be happening next. Alright, no mana burn there. Death Knight sitting at level 3 with 104 mana. 400 hit point heal ready and available to him, as the Panda currently sitting at level 1. Alright, Forest Troll Berserker attempting to take down the Gargantuan Sea Turtle. Lich now joined up with the rest of the army. Gloves of Haste on that Lich to attack slightly faster with that range. Meanwhile, Skeletal Minions getting absolutely destroyed in a moment, as a Death Coil does save that low hit point ghoul. Alright, Death Knight still working on the remainder of these Spider Crabs, as we're looking at the Spider Crab Behemoth and, well, the Spider Crab Limb Ripper, all that is left. Demon Hunter doing a good job trying to catch some of these units in transit. Meanwhile, we do see an Obsidian statue off over here. The Demon Hunter could try and mana burn that. That would be a fairly strong play, but the Lich probably has access, or there's no real way of knowing whether or not that Lich is going to get that Frost Nova down. If the Frost Nova did go down in time, the Demon Hunter would be in serious trouble. Low on hit points, fairly low movement speed, standing next to an undead army that, well, was ready for a surround. Giant Wolf in play. Frost armor right there. Lightning Shield now onto the Giant Wolf. Meanwhile, Rogue Wizard and Renegade Wizard doing a bit of fighting as well. This is a 5-4-3 creep camp. Lightning Shield on Happy as we see a mana burn go down on the Obsidian statue. Skeletal Minions not going to be able to do very much. Another Lightning Shield goes down. Interesting, that Renegade Wizard getting a lot of Lightning Shields as we see a mana burn go just as the Demon Hunter unable to do much. And there is that follow-up Death Coil. Obsidian statues are in play. Death Knight alongside that Lich. A 1-2 punch. One punch being that Frost Nova, the other punch being a level 2 Death Coil. Now that we are looking at a bit of a reset on that Panda, on that Demon Hunter, the Panda is going to be forced to try and lead this army. You can see that there are Dryads and Archers here, all very strong units to try and counteract all of these ghouls. The problem, however, it is very easy for Happy to transition away from those ghouls and go into Crypt Fiends. We do see Ghoul Frenzy being added into their army composition, and that is going to be a bit of concern as we're now looking at, well, the Gargantuan Sea Turtle 744 creep camp, most likely dropping a fairly usable consumable behind. Potion of Greater Healing, Potion of Invulnerability, both very powerful. Potion of Mana, not so much. Perhaps it will benefit from that on that Panda a little bit more, as it is going to be, instead of Scroll of the Beast, the most useless item for Panda as well. The Druid of the Claw is already standing right there next to him, ready to cast that Roar. Panda getting another rejuvenation right there. Druid of the Claw low on hit points. Where is he going to be traveling to next? He is at Mastery Training, needs to regenerate a lot of mana. Meanwhile, Happy sitting very comfortably in the center portion of the map, going to finish off this Ancient of War. Now, so far, we haven't seen anything too out of the ordinary from either of these players. 50 over 50 supply, and both of them starting to bank a little bit of gold. Happy not banking nearly as much, but he is already going into 50 over 60 supply, constructing those additional ziggurats. Meanwhile, we can see 53 over 60, and there is no reason to be sitting at 53 over 60. You just want to be cranking out as many units as you can once you get into low upkeep up until you hit 80. Being at 51 supply is pretty much worse than being at 50 supply. It almost makes sense to take down one of your peasants in order to free that up. All right, Dryads are in position. Are they going to be able to do that hit and run tactic? That is going to be important. Druid of the Claw taking a Frost Nova, gets a rejuvenation, Staff of Preservation, beautifully done, saving that Druid of the Claw there. It was going to say without that Staff of Preservation, that would have been taken down very, very easily. Panda now seeing that level 3 mana burn going down again. Are we going to see perhaps some more Breaths of Fire as we now have a Scroll of Town Portal in order to head back away? Panda teleports back with 400 hit points and rising. As we now have the Demon Hunter sitting at 3, Panda sitting at 4. No real major Breaths of Fire coming down as the Destroyer is ready to finish things up. Dark Wizard gonna get taken out here. High damage indeed. There it goes. We see a couple of Skeleton Warriors as well. Lich does have a Potion of Divinity, 25 seconds of invulnerability, and sometimes that's all you need to win a game. 25 seconds is an eternity in terms of a long-term game fight here, as the Red Drake is very much nearby. All right, is the Death Knight gonna just steal the item? That might be what his plan is. Does he steal one? Oh, is he going to steal the other? Let's take a look at this. Oh, no, he does not steal it. I believe that the Demon Hunter actually stole it, but it does end up dropping a spiked collar, not altogether that great. And I'm not sure who got the experience there either. It looked like the Death Knight may have actually gotten the experience. As we now look at, well, what is the remainder here? All right, Death Knight sitting at level 4. Is he going to be able to, yes, use that Scroll of Town Portal in time? Ghoul, very, very low on hit points, and it teleports back away just in time. All right, very, very low hit point Ghoul now getting healed back up, enjoying his time on the Blight, sitting at 43 over 70 supply, as we are currently low on lumber. Sonik using this opportunity to try and clear up the remainder of these creep camps. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3 still, as the Panda is sitting at level 4. Interestingly enough, not trying to get the Demon Hunter higher, but trying to get the Panda. We are going into a Naga Sea Witch as well, so it is a 4-3-3 compared to a 4-3 at this stage. Demon Hunter being the level 3 hero coming in from the Night Elf player. Alright, Bears, Dryads, Forest Troll, Berserkers, all these units are going to be ready to go. Naga Sea Witch, Lich, Death Knight. Experience seems to favor Happy at this point. May get to a level 4 Lich. May get very close to level 5 on that Death Knight. Not going to be there quite just yet, as we do see the selling of a Wand of Lightning Shield. There's that level 4 on the Lich. We see a Potion of Restoration, a beautiful item on that Lich, as we are looking at it most likely transferred to the Death Knight, allowing him to get off even more death coils. Alright, Renegade Wizard gonna get taken down there. Rogue Wizard, all that is left. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we are gonna be going after the Granite Golems. The Granite Golems, rather difficult to take out here. Bears will have to be in that front position. Dryads have to be extremely careful as well, as you see the Forest Troll Berserker now being forced to back off here. A couple of slams slowing things up just a bit. The Bears should perhaps be not within melee range or fighting range right here. They are going to be taking a large amount of damage, especially since they are only at 580 hit points. All right, granite golems look like they're gonna get taken down. There goes one, there goes the other, there goes the rock golem. What item was left behind? Panda picking up a demonic figure as he is gonna go ahead and teleport back home. All right, yes. Yes, they are definitely relatives. And you know what? I just realized something. Whoa, that should be down over here. All right. All right, I'll fix that later. Anyways, Dryad's going to be coming back across once more. Dryad's got... All right, you know what? I'm sorry, everyone. Yep, I'm trying to make things perfect. Those are... Yeah, those are dryads.
But I thought...
A player's forces are under attack.
All right, back down across over here. We still see a little bit more creeping coming in. Panda now clearing that up. Demonic figure may be useful. We'll see whether or not if there's going to be enough destroyers to devour that magic long enough. We do have rain of fire possible with that demonic figure, and the dryads should be able to poke apart that those destroyers before they are seriously in any sort of contention. Let's take a look at the overall army size. 50 over 70 going up against 66 over 60. Please wait. As we also see Frostworms now joining in on the fight. All right, back over here, Dryad still being trained up once more. Are we going to get more Moonwells? I do not see any additional Moonwells as of yet. Just building up an Ancient of Wonders, and both sides really just looking for their perfect unit compositions before they try and make a play out. All right, we do see a large amount of dryads off over here. It looks like they are going to be shuttled back and forth. The Demon Hunter, I'm not sure if we actually saw him with a Scroll of Town portal. What we do notice is that Happy knows exactly what's going on right now, and this can go from bad to worse with no easy way out. Let's take a look. No, Panda is going to be in trouble. Demon Hunter does not have a Scroll of Town portal, and in comes a big attack. The timing on that was absolutely perfect, and Happy is going to have a field day with this attack here. Dryads are going to get taken down, and even if there's any sort of try and escape right now, Panda not having that Scroll of Town portal, it is going to definitely hurt him, as he is not going to have an easy way of getting his army back into his base. 350 gold. That's all it would have been. He has plenty. He didn't buy one, and that was the problem. All right, units are getting unloaded. Another round needs to be going through. They should have been in their druid form in order to heal back up, but a split army is a dead army, as we now see the summon unit, the Doom Guard, is currently out, casting rain of fire there. Panda in that backfield in serious trouble, unable to do very much as the Panda does fall. All right, Doom Guard down to 55 hit points, but stays alive. And that mistake was absolutely critical in this game. Will Sonic be able to recover from that catastrophic mistake, losing his... Well, it looks like he's going to be trying to resurrect the Panda back at the tavern. That is going to be a good amount of gold right there. And we also see an Amulet of the Wild, which will summon a Furborg Warrior. Also, we can see that the Doom Guard's currently sitting at 70 hit points. It is not going to yes, there are Wisp. It is not going to play a very strong role in this upcoming fight. And we now see the Death Knight sitting at level 5 still with that Potion of Restoration. Frostworms are upgraded 3-2 alongside those Crypt Fiends. 79 over 90 supply now compared to 67 over 70. What was a big advantage has now completely been negated, as that Panda being resurrected had to have cost at least about 700 gold. All right, there's still a little bit of healing going on. Shade keeping track. That Shade had to have been the MVP, knowing that what was going on right there. Are we going to see that Devour Magic going to go ahead and destroy it? It looks like the Destroyer did not get any of that mana at all, as the Ancient of War is just absorbing a large amount of damage. All right, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, however, just not close enough, as you see the bears are absolutely getting melted again. There goes the bears. We have a book as we see the Furbolg Warrior throw down a stomp. However, a couple of quick Devour Magic later and Focus Fires, and it is over. The Frostworms able to eat through that in a matter of seconds. Staff of Preservation saving the panda, but that is not gonna be the end of that. Not much to recover, as we now see the bears are gonna be falling one by one. If you do have to have an army to go up against all of these air units, though, an army of Dryads is rather strong. Can you finish off the remainder of the Crypt Fiends? Panda now taken down, and there is the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.